Hello everyone, welcome again. We are going to talk about non-duality one more time, because this message is a most amazing message, because it vaporizes about everything. And I'm saying it's the message itself, the basic message, not the way we may have an experience of it, because the experience of this message is impossible, and your search for that experience, your expectation for this experience of non-duality, of that liberation, of the sensation of being someone, this is not what I call this message. The message is clear. There is no one. That in itself is the mystery. The secondary thing of having the experience of that, or having that realization of this liberation of the sensation of being someone, that's not what you need to go after. Because if you go after that, if you try to follow that, what's going to happen? You're going to preserve the sensation of being someone by trying to stop this from happening. So you will shoot yourself in the foot. Really, at the end of the day, that's what you're going to do. There's no way for you to do that. So I'm sure that what you feel inside you is, but why not me? Why can't I have this sensation of liberation, that realization of liberation? Why did it happen to this guy and that guy and these other guys, a few here and there, but why am I still stuck day after day listening to this message? And of course it's a logical way of thinking. You hear about that and it sounds like, wow, this is the thing. And of course I want the same. So what can I do? Well, the message says I can't do anything. And whatever I do will not work. So what are my choices? Well, you have two choices in reality. Either you keep on listening to this message with, let's be honest and let's be straightforward, with the hope that it's going to happen to you. Because if not, you would not keep at it. It's fascinating. Of course, this message is fascinating because this is this mystery. There is no one. So, of course. And then the second option you have is not to do that anymore. Not to go day in and day out, listen to videos, thinking about it, analyzing it, dissecting this message, dissecting the probabilities of it happening to you, and getting into that mental energy of hoping for this to happen, because that's what you're doing. So you have to starve yourself. You have to starve that seeking energy, because let's face it, you're still seeking. If you do that, you're still seeking. You are waiting. You're expecting. You're hoping. Everything that is mentioned in non-duality as being illusory. But that's exactly what you're doing. So if you don't keep on trying hard, because you're trying hard, you are there every day, maybe few times a day possibly, for months, or for 6 months, or for 3 years, or 10, 20 years. How long? How long? So personally, to me now, it's very simple. The message is there is no one, period. Over with. Whether you feel it or not, whether you have this liberation, whether it has happened the way it seems to have happened to others, to the ones who speak about it. No. So, stop, cut off the energetic energy of seeking, of wanting, of needing, because wanting, needing, hoping, insisting is preserving that sensation of separation, is preserving that so-called me that doesn't exist, but the sensation there appears. And the more you think about it, and the more you investigate and explore this message, the more this sensation is activated. It's not rocket science, very simple, it's very clear. We have to simplify things to the basics, to the utmost. I had the chance personally that this disappearing of the me happened without me doing anything. It happened when I was a teenager. It just fell away somehow, somewhere, sometime. I have no idea how. No way to trace any reason, to trace the time, the experience of it. Nothing. I cannot trace anything. But there was this realization. And it didn't come through any mental, intellectual, philosophical, because it's all something that is happening at the level of the living organism. It's physiological, it's energetical. It has nothing to do with everything you hear. And going to meetings and listening to this message activates immediately the mental energy, the intellectual energy, and activate the sensation of separation. And here you go. So, what can you do? What will you do? Is fully your choice. You may have heard that we have no choice. There's no choice. No one is there to choose. But you're going to choose. Of course you're going to choose. The choice is going to come up. Whether it's you choosing or not. And it's not you. It's going to be a choice to keep at it as you've done for all this time. X time, maybe 10, 20 years, 6 months, 2 years, whatever, 3 months ago. That's going to be a choice. Because this is the very interesting thing as well. You see, when you listen to someone speak about it, that dissect it, analyze it, answers your questions, and actually negate your questions and everything. It keeps you into a very narrow box. It's really a box. You box yourself there within that whole thing. But non-duality goes way beyond that, way beyond the trying to understand it. The trying to understand it, the message itself tells you there's no way you can understand, and yet you come back because you want to hear it. So what is it? Is it an addiction? Yes, it is. It becomes an addiction as any other. Why? Because the me is an addict. The me is an addict. Is always addicted to something. The me may be addicted to spirituality, religion, psychology, philosophy, to a therapy, whatever. The me is addict. And in that addiction, the me cannot discover, not the me, sorry, the living organism doesn't have the opportunity to appear in its complete unique way. It doesn't have that opportunity because you're not giving that opportunity. You are imposing something over the natural state, which is a physiological state, which is not a mental, philosophical, it's just a physical, it's just energetical, it's just the natural state, it's just life itself. And you're not living, allowing the living organism to do its work within you without you being involved. So you're superimposing yourself above the natural state, above that famous non-duality, above this living organism. And you're blinding yourself. You are actually twisting things in a way that you are actually going away from that opportunity for the living organism to express itself completely uniquely, without anything to do, without ever having anything to do with this message, the way it is presented through speakers of non-duality. Because the message spoken by the ones who speak about non-duality is an analysis. It's this dissectment of this message. It is not it. And the beauty of non-duality is the full raw non-duality is a very unique expression, completely free from anything else. It's just totally unique. Totally, it's a very specific, unique expression, unique to you, to the character and your personality and your character. And this is much more interesting because it's completely natural, it's completely automatic. It has nothing to do with what others are telling you, what non-duality speakers are telling you. It's just completely natural and automatic, without any interference of knowledge, whether it's the one you accumulate, the existential knowledge that you're accumulating, or the existential knowledge of others and their own experience that you're accumulating. It is none of it. It is the living organism at its own rhythm, in its own natural way, at its own natural energy that is doing it. And this is what becomes really, really amazing and exciting. Well, here it is. Let me know what you think of that whole thing. It was great to be here, and talk to you soon. Bye for now.